Hi, I'm Sharon Molds. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. We're going to have special guests that will be talking about the process that the council has gone through to determine whether or not to have summer camp. I also want to thank you for your patience. We know the last 2 months have been very frustrating, waiting to find out what decisions are being made as we've waited to hear from the CDC and the Public Health Department. Understand that it is truly important, the health and safety of our parents, our youth, our leaders, and all our volunteers are number one to us. With that said, this video will include 4 speakers. The first one, Scott Hardy, our council president. The second will be Jack Boyd, council commissioner. Then we'll hear from Fran Sen, who is the council enterprise risk management chair. And then finally, Ken Halliday, council camping chairman. Thank you for watching, and we wish you well.
Thank you, Sharon. Today, Thursday, May 21st, the Laurel Highlands Executive Board voted to cancel resident summer camp. This was a very difficult decision. Over the past 3 months, the risk management and camping committees have been working with the health department and monitoring CDC guidelines on a daily basis. Having heard their reports today, I am confident that these dedicated volunteers have done the due diligence necessary to keep our scouts and our leaders safe and healthy. Jack Boyd, our council commissioner, would like to give you his perspective.
Today was a challenging day, to say the least. We understand that the decision to close summer camps was not an easy one to make. We know that thousands of our scouts look forward to the summer camp as the highlight of their scouting year. It's also the foundation of our scouting program. The decision we made today makes us sad, but we feel it was the correct one to make. Everyone may not agree, but we can't jeopardize the health and safety of our scouting families. Our council still is working on ways to provide outdoor activities during these difficult times for all of our families.
Hello, I'm Fran Sen, Chairman of the Enterprise Risk Management Committee. Discussions began shortly after the quarantine started in March regarding the potential impact of the COVID-19 virus on summer camp operations. This year, at our committee meeting on April 22nd, a significant part of the focus was on operating safely during the pandemic. Much of the discussion was on sanitation and social distancing and included the fact that all equipment would have to be cleaned between each use, creating an extra strain on the staff. Some of the programs normally offered at camp don't lend themselves well to social distancing and will need to be eliminated. As we know, young people naturally want to congregate and be close. Lots of time and energy would be spent reminding scouts to distance. Food service would be completely changed. Our pre-arrival and check-in procedures would need to be much more stringent. At that meeting, the committee was challenged in that guidance from the state health department and the CDC was still lacking. There were indications at the weekly BSA national program meetings that the CDC guidelines for camp operations would be made available in early May. The committee agreed to meet as soon as those guidelines became available. Those guidelines were released on May 15th, and this past Monday, the 18th, a field guide from the American Camp Association on the implementation of the CDC guidance was also released. The committee met that day. A few of the key points discussed were program participation and delivery would be significantly different than a normal summer operation. Those in the CDC high-risk categories would need to stay home, and this will impact unit leadership. People were required not to travel to camp from hotspots areas. This will significantly reduce our camping numbers. Even with very vigorous pre-arrival and on-arrival screening procedures, non-symptomatic carriers could still cause issues. We must acknowledge that no matter what procedures would be put in place, there would be no guarantee that we could keep the coronavirus out of camp. Upon reviewing the guidance provided from the CDC and the ACA, as well as the expert guidance and support from committee members and Council Health Supervisor Dr. Daphner, and additional professional input from Dr. Scott Maurer of Pittsburgh's Children's Hospital, the committee unanimously agreed to recommend to the board to suspend summer resident camp at Heritage Reservation. The significant challenges to continue meeting the CDC guidelines over the many weeks of camp and keep people safe was the primary reason. The committee did agree that virtual camp, family camping, and day camp at council-owned facilities were much more feasible within the guidelines. It should be also noted that discussions with state and local health departments have been ongoing, and that we've been given permission to operate family camping and day camps. As of our meeting, the state of Pennsylvania had not authorized the operation of any overnight resident camps. This also was part of our decision-making. The role of the Enterprise Risk Management Committee is to evaluate and minimize risk for the Laurel Highlands Council. It is with that in mind that the committee has made these recommendations. So please be safe, be prepared, and God bless.
I'm Ken Halliday, Camping and Outdoor Program Chair for the Laurel Highlands Council. Summer camp has been an important part of my life for a long time, and I was looking forward to attending camp this summer with my grandchildren. For the last few weeks, we have been working hard to try to figure out how to safely run a summer camping program. As more and more information has come out, it has become increasingly obvious that any kind of resident camp experience would have to be drastically different from anything that we have done before and would not be the scout camp experience we all know and love. Even though the Laurel Highlands Council Board has made the tough decision to cancel volunteer-led Cub Scout day camps and overnight resident camp programs for this year, we still believe that scouting can continue and getting outside is more important than ever. Over the next few weeks, watch for more and more information about online programs for Cub Scouts and Scouts BSA to take place throughout the summer. Teams are working to finalize plans for a Heritage at Home program so Scouts can stay active, continue in their advancement, and have some fun, all from their homes. Based on the guidance we've received and numerous conversations with health officials in Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, we continue to plan to offer STEM Day Camp at Camp Guyasuta and are looking how to offer Cub Scout Day Camp program at Camp Guyasuta later in the summer. We also encourage families to get out and do some camping together as families. Beginning in June, we plan to start opening our council camps back up for family-based camping. Later in the summer, hopefully when restrictions are further lifted, we also hope to start offering some program opportunities for unit camping. More information will be shared when we can.
Having now heard from our volunteers, you now understand the rigor with which our dedicated volunteers have studied this issue and the rigor with which we approached the decision that needed to be made. It's certainly a painful one and a disappointing one. I want to thank each and every one of these dedicated volunteers for their time and for their efforts and their expertise in helping us make a prudent decision in the best interest of our scouts and their families and our leaders. As for our scouting families, we certainly share your disappointment. We very much appreciate you, and we encourage you to participate in the programs that we are able to provide this summer. Stay involved as best you're able, and please join us for one or more of these programs, whether it be our day camp, our STEM Adventure Camp, Heritage at Home, or family camping. I'm sure that many of you may have questions. We encourage you to visit our website. There will be FAQs posted there and will be updated periodically whenever there is new information to share. So please visit the website often. On a final note, it is imperative that we continue to maintain the economic viability of our camping, and we certainly are in need of your continued support in that regard. It will be difficult to continue delivering the resources necessary to provide quality camping next season without your continued financial support, particularly given the decision to cancel resident camping this summer. I would encourage you to consider donating some or all, perhaps, of your camping refund to the extent your resources allow. That support will go a long way in ensuring that our camping programs next year will be a mountaintop experience for each of you. We are in strange times, and we certainly don't know when we'll be able to return to normal, whatever normal might mean. But we do look forward to seeing you, whether it be in these modified programs this summer or at camp or another program in the future when we're able to do so in a safe way. I wish you all well, and know that Scouting is here to support you to the fullest extent that we're able. Take care and be well. Thank you.